Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We are back once again, and I want to try making another Valorant video. I know I just made the last Valorant video about TSM and Wardell and potentially what's going on with that whole situation, and I want to try making this video as well about the 100 Thieves situation where they just made some pretty big pickups, some pretty big acquisitions, some pretty big moves, and this could really have an effect on 100 Thieves going forward in the future. I think it's really exciting, but also really interesting. And this could just go a whole bunch of different ways. I just want to get both these videos out on my channel. They're both about some big news that's happened recently, and I just want to see how they do. I want to see if there's a future for Valorant content on this channel, if it's a direction we want to go, if it's something we want to try, or if I should just keep it to my other channels entirely. I'm very curious. This is obviously taking a big risk. I'm nervous. I'm a little bit scared, but also I'm really excited because, you know, with no risk comes no reward. So we'll have to see how that goes. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. All the extra help, all the extra support means the world to me. Like I said, I am curious to see, do you guys want to see this? Will the YouTube algorithm want to see this? Will this find the right people? Will this help grow my channel? Will this hurt my channel, shrink my channel? I don't know. Like I said, it's scary, it's a risk, but it would be awesome. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. With that being said, let's get right into this. Today we're talking about the big 100 Thieves news coming out of the Valorant world. This story all started 8 days ago. Sean Gares tweeted out this: several days ago, I received the heartbreaking news that I did not make the talent cut for Masters 1 in Reykjavik. After receiving the news, I decided to focus on getting more involved in the competitive scene and will no longer be accepting broadcast talent positions. I have discussed my decision with Riot, and they were kind enough to accept it and amicably part ways. I'll have more news soon, and we'll discuss the decision more tomorrow on stream. All love. And this was crazy to a lot of people because Sean Gares, I think, pretty universally was thought as one of the best analysts and kind of content people, broadcast people in the Valorant world. Like, not only does he help the game get out to more audiences because he's popular, you know, people know him from the CSGO days. I was a huge fan of CSGO back in the day. I loved watching Sean Garrison Cloud9. I thought they were so fun. He's a guy who, now that he's popping back in the scene again, yeah, seeing him, it like adds a little bit of credibility to everything. It makes me more likely to tune in. It makes me more likely to watch. But he's also known for, you know, the mental side and being able to be, you know, a former pro player in FPS, and he has the credentials, but he also was doing good segments. You know, he was doing the teleprompter work. I thought he did a great job from what I had seen on the Valorant broadcast. He also came out on these streams and said, hey, these issues with Riot, these are not financially related. He said, hey, I would have done some of this stuff for free. It's not that we couldn't come to a deal because of money. We just couldn't come to a deal. You know, they just didn't want him for whatever reason. And that led into this whole speculation rabbit hole about, you know, Riot not wanting you to get too big. They want to be able to undercut people. They want to be able to control people. They don't want, you know, massive creators on their broadcasts and stuff because it's just not, it's not Riot's thing. And I know all these different speculations and all that stuff came out, and I think there's some credence to some of it. Some of it's maybe a little tinfoil hat. I don't know. I would have loved to see Sean Gares continue on the broadcast, but this is what happened. This is why, you know, he started looking around for pro play opportunities, coaching opportunities, all this different stuff. And that got us to this, the big banger that got dropped by 100 Thieves Esports today, just a couple hours ago. The next chapter of 100 Thieves Valorant starts now. Please welcome General Manager DDK Esports and Head Coach Sean Gares to 100 Thieves. They also then put an announcement below this too. I mean, this kind of feels bad. He didn't make it to like the big main announcement, but they did say a gathering of the immortal minds. Please join us in also welcoming Mike's HD as our Valorant assistant coach. And this is big. This is a big pickup. Again, 100 Thieves is a team who last year, things were going really well. You know, they seemed to be clicking. Their team was working. They had big personalities. They had fun, exciting play, and things were going pretty well. They were looking like they might be the best team in North America. They looked like they might be the best team in the world. At the very least, they were one of the best teams in North America and one of the best teams in the world. You know, Asuna was popping off. Hiko was still being a beast. You know, they kind of had the weird Fallout situation, you know, all the roster changes and stuff right before big events. There were some questionable decisions. People were just very confused by what was going on in 100 Thieves in some way, and then their play has really not ever gotten back to that level since. You know, they've had a lot of mixed results. They've been struggling. They've been up and down. There's all these different, you know, kind of rumors and roster moves and potential roster moves and all this stuff going on, but it just felt like 100 Thieves was constantly scrambling. They didn't have a clear direction. They didn't have great leadership. They didn't have a great voice, whatever. And now they're getting some big guys to come in and run the show. Again, having Sean Gares as your head coach, having a general manager in place to actually give a vision for this team and everything going forward. It should be interesting and it should be cool. I'm very excited. It's funny because people are obviously making parallels to, Papa Smithy being like a commentator, broadcaster, analyst, commentator, whatever, and then going over to 100 Thieves, becoming their general manager. And hey, he just won an LCS championship. He's had a lot of success with the team so far. They just went to Worlds last year. They were looking pretty good. And now doing something similar with DDK, who obviously, you go to his thing and, he's also a big guy in CSGO. I'm not as familiar with DDK, but hey, freelance commentator, CSGO, Valorant, all this stuff. And hey, now he's their general manager. You also have Sean Gares. Again, he is a former professional player, but big streamer, big content creator. He was on the broadcast as well, being a commentator, analyst, all this stuff. And now he is their head coach. So it's like they have this clear pipeline and stuff going on. And I think these are big pickups because they're exciting. They're fun. It's going to have more eyeballs on 100 Thieves. Already one of the most popular esports organizations, of course, one of the most popular Valorant teams. And this is only going to add to that. People are going to be excited to see what they can do. But now also the question becomes, what happens with this roster? What do they do going forward? Who do they decide to keep? Who do they decide to move on? I know there's so many people saying, hey, Hiko's still good. We should still build around Hiko. We can still use him on our team. He can still be on, one of the best teams in North America, one of the best teams in the world. There's some people saying, hey, 100 Thieves needs to move on from Hiko. Hiko sucks. Some people are saying they need to keep Ethan. Some people are saying they need to get rid of Ethan. I think most people would agree that Asana's probably, their youngster to build around for the future, like their, superstar of the future. But hey, whatever 100 Thieves was thinking before, now they have new guys at the helm. It'll be super interesting and crazy to see what Sean Gares is able to do, as far as actually impacting this team's play. It'll be awesome to see what DDK is able to do, as far as managing this team, getting things going in the right direction. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes and if these guys are successful at all. Because again, just because you're a big name, just because you're popular, just because you're seen as like a smart guy or intelligent or whatever, you're a good caster, a good analyst, that doesn't automatically make you a great head coach. That doesn't automatically make you a general manager. And just because you're good at some of those things, it doesn't automatically mean you're the right fit for this roster, for this team at this time. Sometimes the right people just end up in the wrong situations. And Sean could be an awesome coach and it could not work out. And DDK could be an awesome general manager and it could just not work out. But this is going to be very, like I said, just interesting to see. And I'm happy for Sean. I think this is great. I think it is kind of bullshit what happened to him as a commentator and analyst. I thought he was doing a great job. I think a lot of people were excited to see him going into the future, but I'm glad, as one door closed, 8 days later, another awesome door opened. Obviously, he's going to be making a lot of money. He's going to have a chance to succeed. But this is going to be tough. When you're a caster, analyst, commentator, it's tough as well, but you have a little bit more job security, you think. You don't have to... There's not as much pressure to perform and stuff like that. Maybe there was for Sean because obviously he ended up getting kicked to the curb. But with this 100 Thieves Valorant roster, you're going to have to succeed and you're going to have to succeed fast. They have high expectations. It's a passionate fan base. Who knows how long of a leash they're going to give him and how this thing's going to go. But I think Sean Gares and 100 Thieves coming together, I think that's a match made in heaven. I think they're going to be able to do great things. And I hope they do well because 100 Thieves is a big popular organization. When they do well, Valorant's going to be more popular, the game's going to be more popular, the esports going to be doing better, the rising tide's going to lift all boats, and we'll have to see where this thing goes. And again, 100 Thieves, Valorant, roster, rumors, and moves and changes, all that stuff's coming very soon, and maybe we'll make some more videos about that, maybe we'll report on that stuff as well. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole thing. Do you think these are good pickups, bad pickups? Do you not know what to make of them? I don't know. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe, stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.